All right, guys, XRP holders, XRP is quietly waiting to explode. I'm gonna explain that to you in this video, and I appreciate you giving me a few minutes. I am in Charleston, South Carolina for spring break with my family, my wife, my son. My son's down here playing in a lacrosse tournament with his high school team. So we're down here, we've got a place down on the beach. It's really, really cool. So coming to you from vacation, but let's talk about XRP's quietly waiting. What am I talking about? Well, look, XRP has been consolidating between $1.35 and about $1.45 for a while now. Hit north of $2 earlier this year, but with the entire market now has been pushed down because of lack of liquidity, lack of bullish investors. The bears are somewhat in control and has been. I've talked about that narrative for quite a while now. We're quietly waiting for the market to turn. We're quietly waiting for liquidity to return, money to come back into the markets. I think that's going to happen in a couple of different ways, as possible ways. I think we're going to see a scenario play out that if we get the Clarity Act signed in maybe April, May, June at the worst case, that's going to open up institutional demand. Institutional money is going to start flowing into the ETFs, the XRP ETF, Bitcoin, Ethereum, so forth. That's going to drive prices, start to move prices up. You're going to see direct institutional demand start to flow where some Wall Street companies and companies that won't necessarily divulge it, like MicroStrategy, are going to start buying Bitcoin directly. They'll start buying XRP directly, Ethereum, things of this nature. So you're going to see kind of a multi-pronged scenario. This is all institutional money. But the institutional money is going to unlock the FOMO, the fear of missing out. And that's the quietly waiting part, right? We've got to have liquidity come into the market, probably more in the form of institutional first, then retail liquidity will flow because of the FOMO factor. Retail's not going to show up. You and I are retail. Retail's not going to show up and buy any more XRP until we start to see green candles for Bitcoin, Ethereum, until we start to see the market move up. Probably another 500 billion or so needs to be added to the total market capitalization. If not, a trillion needs to be added before it's going to get the attention of the retail investor. Okay, and that's the quietly waiting part, right? We need both institutional investors and we need retail investors to be buying XRP to move it up. Okay, because it's that FOMO factor, that fear of missing out, that's going to drive everything up, and that's what we're lacking right now. So we're quietly waiting for something to break loose, and I think that something is the Clarity Act. I'm not really worried that much about the Iran-U.S. conflict right now, at least with what I'm seeing, in the news right this second. Looks like that's going to come to some type of a conclusion here in the near future. It's really not a factor that seems to be impacting us as much. But it's the Clarity Act out there that we need to get signed because of what I just said earlier at the top of this video. So what do you think? Drop in the comments below. Guys, look, I'm an XRP investor. I'm holding right there with you. I'm right there with you.